This is the 11th and final episode of the All Aligned series. If you haven't already, watch the previous videos and check out the series playlist linked in the description. The Island Line runs from Kennedy Town to Chai Wan, a distance of 16.3 kilometers. The line was opened in 1985 and was the last of the three core MTR urban lines to open. In the 1970s, after rapid industrialization and population growth, Hong Kong was becoming an increasingly overcrowded and congested city. The dominant form of mass transit on Hong Kong Island at the time was the Hong Kong tramways, running from Kennedy Town to Shau Kei Wan. However, the population was growing too fast for the tramways to keep up with, and so instead of extending the tramways to Chai Wan, the government opted to build a heavy rail line instead underneath the city. Thus, the Island Line was born, initially running from Chai Wan to Sheung Wan, and then later being extended to Kennedy Town. Our journey starts at the eastern terminus of the line at Chai Wan. Chai Wan is the only elevated station on the Island Line and serves the industrial and residential towns of Chai Wan and Sai Wan. Chai Wan and the next station, Heng Fa Chuen, are the only on the Island Line that are above ground, because these areas were developed after the MTR was built rather than before. There have been proposals to extend the Island Line to Sai Wan. However, they are unlikely to be carried out since the current alignment of the station makes it difficult to extend the line. The name Chai literally means firewood, while Wan means bay. This name may have come from the rich production of firewood in the area in earlier times. Next up is Heng Fa Chuen Station, which is technically an at-grade station, but it is completely covered up, so may as well be underground. The Chai Wan depot that serves the Island Line is located here as well. The station was built around the Heng Fa Chuen residential development, which was a property venture by the MTR Corporation as a method of subsidizing the railway. This is called the rail and property model and is a simple but effective way of keeping mass transit cheap but incredibly efficient, clean, and profitable. Before the decision to build the housing development here, the station was planned to be called Chai Wan Quay. Next up is Shau Kei Wan. This and all further stations on our journey are underground. The station is built on reclaimed land from Aldrich Bay, and the station was built to support the future Island Eastern Corridor Expressway on top of it. Shau Kei is the Chinese word for colander. The name refers to the former bay, which was shaped like a colander. The area started its life as an area for light industry, but after World War II, the area became and still remains a major fishing town and market. After comes Sai Wan Ho. Sai Wan Ho Station is built on the former Sai Wan Ho Market, of which a replacement has been built to the east of the station. The platforms of Sai Wan Ho Station are constructed in a stacked arrangement, with Platform 2 above Platform 1. This strategy was borrowed by the colonial government from the London Underground to save space in high-density areas. Now, modern technology allows us to build island platform stations in high-density areas anyways. Between Sai Wan Ho and the next station, Tai Koo, there used to be a railway siding here leading to the sea, where the current Lei King Wan residential development is. When the Island Line was being built, Chai Wan Depot was not finished, and so a temporary railway depot was built here on a railway siding to serve vehicles used during construction. When the Chai Wan Depot was completed, the tracks were dismantled and the access tunnel was filled in. Although the exit of the tunnel is now closed, you can still see the sealed access tunnel's entrance. Then we reach Tai Koo Station. Unlike most of the other underground stations in Hong Kong, Tai Koo does not have separate tubes for each track and platform, but is located in a single tube encompassing both the concourse and the platform. The Island Line opening ceremony was held in the station in May 1985 and was officiated by the then MTR chairman and governor of Hong Kong, who unveiled the commemorative plaques at the concourse level. The station is built in what was, at the time of its construction, the largest man-made cavern in Asia. The station was named after Tai Koo Shing, the large-scale residential development built on the site of the former Tai Koo Dockyard. The Tai Koo Dockyard met a similar fate to the Whampoa Dockyard. It was owned by the Tai Koo Dockyard and Engineering Company of John Swire and Sons, now Swire Group. Once housing became more profitable than shipbuilding, Swire repurposed the dockyard into what is now the Tai Koo Shing residential development. Next up is Quarry Bay Station, one of the deepest on the line and an interchange station with the Chun Kwan O line. The station is so deep that the walking time between concourse and the platform is very long, enough for the MTR to close the station 7 minutes before the last train leaves, rather than the usual 5 minutes. This station used to be the terminus of the Kwun Tong line when it was extended here from Kwun Tong, but this was later taken over by the Chun Kwan O line when it and the Chun Kwan O New Town was built. In 2001, the Quarry Bay congestion relief works were completed, extending the Kwun Tong line to North Point Station, providing an easier and more spacious interchange there for central-bound passengers. Next is North Point, again an interchange with the Chun Kwan O line, which terminates here. When the station was opened, the platforms were stacked on top of each other. However, when the then Kwun Tong line was extended till here, cross-platform interchanges were put in place. North Point is a vibrant neighborhood with a rich history. It is home to a large Shanghainese and Fujianese population, both displaced from communist actions in China, which reflect the food, culture, and even language here, as Hokkien Minnan is spoken here, brought from the Fujianese immigrants. Further up the line is Fortress Hill. Fortress Hill is named so because there used to be a fort here. In 1879, the British Army set up a military installation in the area, naming the hill it stood on Fortress Hill. The fort was dismantled in 1922. In its place now stands the Fortress Hill Methodist Secondary School, but the name Fortress Hill stuck. Hong Kong Electric had also opened a power station here in 1919, which explains the odd street names in the area. Next up is Tin Hau Station, named after a Tin Hau temple which is situated above the station. The original temple, which is a declared monument, dates back to 1747 and was built by members of the Tai family. Legend has it, the family used to travel by boat to Causeway Bay to gather grass and discovered an incense burner found floating miraculously on the sea. This incident made them build a temple here, giving rise to one of the pre-colonial names for Hong Kong Island, Hong Kong Lo, or Red Incense Burner Island. The temple is famous for the quality of its stone carvings around the entrance. Then we reach Causeway Bay Station, serving Causeway Bay. Before urban development and land reclamation, Causeway Bay was a heavily silted bay. Its former shape can be found by tracing Tung Lo Wan Road, which goes along the former bay. In the early stages of development, a causeway was built across the bay for the Hong Kong tramways and present-day Causeway Road, hence the name. In the 1950s, the coastline was pushed even further forward when the remains of the bay were reclaimed for Victoria Park. The park was built in honor of the return of the statue of Queen Victoria, which was taken from Statue Square by the Japanese during World War II. Next up is Wan Chai Station, serving the lively neighborhood of Wan Chai. Wan Chai is one of the busiest commercial areas in Hong Kong, with offices of many small and medium-sized companies. The government has undertaken several urban renewal projects in recent years. However, these were criticized for their destructive impact on the local environment. Then comes Admiralty, an interchange station with the Tsuen Wan and South Island lines. Engineers anticipated correctly that Admiralty Station would become an incredibly crowded interchange between the Island and Tsuen Wan lines. Because of this, the cross-platform interchanges at Admiralty are very wide. As part of the Shau to Central Link, an associated expansion of Admiralty Station, Exit E is being rebuilt. This new Exit E will not open until the Shau to Central Link platforms open. The line then reaches Central Station at the heart of Hong Kong's business district. The station was originally named Chater Station, but was later renamed. The station is the largest on the Island Line, with the approximate longest distance between two exits being an impressive 700 meters. The station too is an interchange station with the Tsuen Wan line, but is also connected to the nearby Hong Kong Station, which serves the Airport Express and Tung Chung lines. As the central business district of Hong Kong, the area contains the headquarters of many transnational corporations. The area, with its proximity to Victoria Harbour, has served as the center of trade and financial activities from the earliest days of the British colonial era in 1841, and continues to flourish and serve as a place of administration. Then the train arrives at the former terminus of the line, Sheung Wan. Sheung Wan was originally planned as Western Market Station, but was renamed when it opened 20 years after its initial proposal. There's a plaque in the station concourse laid by the former financial secretary commemorating the completion of the Island Line. Both platforms at Sheung Wan are slightly longer than those at underground MTR stations. This may have been the result of problems in calculations during the station's construction. The platforms of Rumsey Station, originally planned as the southern terminus of the proposed East Kowloon line, still remain in Sheung Wan Station. They are located near Exit E and were never completed. They have a length of about 3 cars. The platform used to be visible up until 2010, when they were covered up since there were no more proposals to use them. Sheung Wan served as the western terminus of the Island Line until the extension of the line to Kennedy Town. One of the few remaining advantages of the tramways was that it ran further than Sheung Wan and terminated all the way at Kennedy Town. Now, even that is no longer the case, as the Island Line was extended to Kennedy Town in 2014 as part of the West Island Line extension. Even though this section of the Island Line was identified in mass transport studies in the 1970s, the Island Line was cut short at Sheung Wan due to insufficient demand and technical difficulties. The first station of the new extension is Sai Ying Pun. Sai Ying Pun opened on the 29th of March in 2015, 3 months after the rest of the extension. Its opening was delayed because of construction delays resulting from soft ground conditions. Sai Ying Pun and all other stations on the extension differ greatly from other Island Line stations. Because of modern technology, these stations are larger and more spacious, with better materials and lighting used for their design. Furthermore, the new stations are equipped with new ticket gates, ticket machines, and lift-only exits. In Cantonese, Sai means west and Ying Pun means military camp. Sai Ying Pun is named so because it is the location of an early British military camp. The next station on the extension is HKU Station, which stands for the University of Hong Kong. HKU is the deepest railway station in Hong Kong, sitting at 70 meters below ground level. HKU uses lift-oriented exits in its design because of its sheer depth, where elevators are the primary means of exiting the station. There were disputes among locals and district councillors over the station's name. Original proposals called the station Belcher after Belcher Bay, but the MTR decided to go with HKU instead. The University of Hong Kong was founded in 1911 and is the oldest university and tertiary education institution in Hong Kong. It has been commonly regarded as one of the most internationalized universities in the world, as well as one of the most prestigious universities in Asia. Then, finally, we reach the western terminus of the Island Line, Kennedy Town Station. Kennedy Town Station was built on the site of the former Kennedy Town swimming pool, and its replacement was built to the north. Due to its distance from major commercial cores and long-time inaccessibility by train, development here was less vigorous than in other parts of urban Hong Kong, but since the MTR was extended to the area in 2014, the area is rapidly gentrifying, with many older businesses such as vehicle repair workshops and cha chen tengs making way for new luxury developments. And that marks not only the end of this line, but the end of the series as a whole. I hope you enjoyed traveling on the MTR network with us. Make sure to check out the other videos in the series and consider subscribing to the channel if you enjoyed it.